Hello, I'm Ale, welcome to the video number 12 of this programming course. Today we will practice programming logic. We are going to do this by solving a problem in different ways. We are going to program to exercise where we will calculate the factorial of a number. If you don't know what the factorial is, it's simply the successive multiplication of a number. For example, if we want to get the factorial of the number 4, we must multiply 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, which results in 24. If instead of 4 we want to get the factorial of 5, we simply must add the number 5 to the multiplication, which would result in 120. In the input data we will have a number inserted by the user, and in the output data we will have the result of the factorial of the number. I'm going to start the program in Raptor. First, I'm going to save the program. I'm going to insert an assignment symbol to declare the variable that will store the data inserted by the user. I'm going to name it number, and at the bottom I will indicate that it's going to contain a numeric type character. I'm going to put an input symbol and write in quotation marks, insert a number. Then I will ask the program to store in the variable number. If you look, the operation starts by multiplying the number 1 by the number 2. So I'm going to open two more variables where I'm going to put these numbers. I will put two assignment symbols. I'm going to name the first variable factorial, and I'm going to tell the program that is worth 1. I will name the second variable increment, and I will indicate that it's worth 2. This variable is the one that will increase its value. In the first round of the loop, it will be worth 2, in the second round 3, and so on. Now I'm going to insert the loop. In the condition I will write that it stops until the increment variable is greater than the number that the user inserted. That means that when increment has a value of 5, it will enter the loop, but on the next round when increment has a value of 6, it will not enter. I'm going to place an assignment symbol to perform the first multiplication of 1 times 2. After performing the multiplication, we will no longer use the number 1 that is inside the factorial variable, so we will use this variable to save the result of the multiplications. I will ask the program to put the result of the multiplication into the factorial variable, and at the bottom I will ask it to multiply the factorial variable by the increment variable. Then I will add one more assignment symbol. At the top I will ask that the result be placed in the increment variable, and at the bottom I will write that the increment variable be added 1. Let's see how it works. We have the data inserted by the user. This number will not change during the program. The loop will continue until the increment is greater than the number inserted by the user. Then we have the factorial variable and the increment variable. The first time they get to the loop, factorial is equal to 1 and increment is equal to 2. The program reaches the loop condition and asks, is the increment variable that is equal to 2 greater than the number variable that is equal to 5? The answer is no. So it goes into the loop, reaches to this operation and multiplies factorial by increment, and puts the result in the variable factorial. So now factorial is equal to 2. The program reaches to the next operation and adds 1 to increment. Now increment is worth 3. Go back to the condition and enter the loop again. Multiply 2 times 3 and now factorial is equal to 6. Continue the loop and add 1 to increment. Now increment is equal to 4. Enter the loop again, multiply 6 times 4, and now the factorial variable is equal to 24. Add 1 to increment, and now increment is equal to 5. Since 5 is not greater than 5, it goes back into the loop, multiplies 24 times 5, and now the factorial variable is equal to 120. Adds 1 to the increment, and now the increment variable is equal to 6. 6 is greater than 5, so the condition is true, and the program exits the loop. To print the result, we just have to place an output symbol outside the loop. I will open it and ask it to print the value that is in the factorial variable. Factorial is worth 120, so that value is the one that should be printed. I'm going to start the program. I will put the number 5. Then the program prints the number 120. Now I will show you another way to solve this exercise. First, I will make the change and then I will explain how it works. First, I'm going to change the increment variable and ask it to start at 1 instead of 2. In the loop condition, I will indicate that the loop ends when the increment variable is equal to the number variable. Finally, I'm going to move the assignment symbol that adds 1 to increment above the multiplication, so that 1 is added first and then the multiplication is done. Let's see how it works. The inserted number doesn't change. The loop will stop until the increment variable is equal to the number variable. The first time the increment variable and the factorial variable enter the condition, they will be worth 1. Since we put the increment operation above the multiplication operation, the addition will be performed first. Then the program will arrive at this operation and add 1 to the increment. Now the increment variable is worth 2. In the next operation, it multiplies the factorial by the increment. 1 times 2 is 2. Now the factorial variable is worth 2. Enter the loop again and add 1 to increment. Now increment is worth 3. Multiply 3 times 2 and now factorial is equal to 6. Enter the loop and add 1 to increment. Now it's 4. Multiply 4 times 6 and factorial now is equal to 24. Enter the loop again and add 1 to increment. Now increment is equal to 5. Multiply 5 times 24 and now factorial is equal to 120. If you look, here we have the result of the problem. Increment is now equal to 5. So when the loop returns to the condition, since 5 is already equal to 5, the program will exit. I'm going to start the program. I will put the number 5. The program prints the result, which is 120 again. There are more ways to solve this exercise. I invite you to write in the comments if you were able to do this exercise in a different way. That was all for today. I'm Ale, see you in the next video.